What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we are diving back into the Open Ultra League, right? We have both Ultra League and Ultra League Premier Cup available to us for another week, I believe. And we've been doing a lot of Premier Cup as of late, but I wanted to dive back into the Ultra League to see if a team that I ran in Season 2, which was very strong, can still perform well, as Cresselia's Moonblast was nerfed. Now, Moonblast in general was nerfed, but it was really a target at Cresselia. It used to have a 30% chance to lower your opponent's attack, and now I believe it is 10%. So definitely a nerf to Moonblast, but that doesn't mean it's not a strong Pokemon still. So we are running Cresselia, Charizard, and Swampert. Now, there are 3 legacy moves on this team, that being Grass Knot on Cresselia, Blast Burn on Charizard, and Hydro Cannon on Swampert. So definitely not the easiest team to dive right in with, but it's definitely a lot of fun, and I have definitely invested in these Pokemon in Season 2. You guys saw me power up the Shiny Cresselia and invest in Elite Charge TM to get that Grass Knot, and it definitely pays off. It does really well against those Water-type Pokemon that we do see, maybe a Pokemon like Lapras or Pokemon like Swampert, where it can hit super effective damage. So let me know what you guys think about this team. Are you guys having fun with the Ultra League or the Ultra League Premier Cup? Which route are you guys going? I have been loving Premier Cup, and now I'm going to try some more just open Ultra League and kind of get back into that, as I think the meta is definitely more dense and easier to climb within that, but then the Premier Cup is definitely a lot more fun and a lot more diverse. So let me know what you guys think, and let's go ahead and get right into the video. Alright, so we are diving right into these battles here. We are in the 2400s. I did drop a bit. I was at 2500, but after testing a lot of teams, we have dropped, but that's okay. We are now back in it, and we have Cresselia versus Giratina Altered here on the lead. Not too bad of a matchup, right? This is a Shadow Claw variant, which means it's definitely going to be spamming those charge moves, and what I have to do is watch out for them swapping out potentially on a Moonblast right here. But Moonblast does fantastic against a Giratina Altered, and they do swap out, and I make a mistake. Firstly, I should have fired the Grass Knot. Secondly, I forgot to TM my Swampert back. In Ultra League Premier Cup, Sludge Wave does really well in the given meta, but in Open Ultra League, I think Earthquake is a bit better, right? It does better against Giratina Altered. It's going to do better against Lapras, so we are already behind. We made a mistake not throwing Grass Knot, and we don't have Earthquake. So definitely another cup of coffee is going to be needed here after this battle, but it's definitely going to be uphill battle. So they are going for a Surf now. We're not going to give up any shields here. I want to try to come out of here with shield advantage and maybe come in with the Cresselia and just fire off the Grass Knot. So we're going to go for another Sludge Wave. I want to get it lower, get a shield. We get a shield. That's great. So Swampert now goes down. Okay, so it's not too bad, but it's still not good. It's still not good. So we're going to bring back in Cresselia and try to go for Grass Knot right away. But they do throw their charge move right here. Going to be a Surf. Cresselia is very tanky, so we're going to go ahead and soak that. And then the Grass Knot is now going to be going off. It's going to do super effective damage, but Cresselia is not a very offensive Pokemon, right? It's a very bulky Pokemon, so it's not going to KO, which is really tough. So we're going to look to farm down, but then they do throw another Surf right there. So I thought maybe I could just get away with firing the Grass Knot beforehand, but that's okay. We're going to try to commit to the farm down, which we do. So we're like, please, just got to farm down. We have 100 energy right now. Whatever's coming in, it's going to be a Muck, and a Alolan Muck at that. So things are not looking good. We're going to go ahead and fire off Moonblast right here, and then we're going to swap into the Charizard right now and start getting ahead on energy. There's still a Giratina to worry about in the back, so we got to really rely on our Charizard right here. Shiny Charizard at that, so we're going to go ahead and shield the Dark Pulse. That's definitely going to be the hardest hitting move right now in the matchup. We're going to load up on energy because I know they're swapping into Giratina Altered, so we have plenty of Dragon Claws now. The game is still not over. It's still going to be an uphill battle right here, so we're going to go for Dragon Claw. Super effective damage because of that Dragon typing there on the Giratina Altered. Now, we're not going to shield right here. We're going to go ahead and let the first one come through. Going to be the Dragon Claw, but they can spam charge moves very quickly, so we're going to go ahead and go for another Dragon Claw right here. We need to apply a lot of pressure. We have to win with Charizard right here. We need to land a Blast Burn on a Alolan Muck, and we need to take out Giratina Altered, which is already a huge uphill battle, so we are going to have to shield right here. This just hurts right here. We're going to have to shield. They are going to Dragon Claw us, and then we are going to look to swap into Cresselia and go for the Grass Knot right here. I want to get a shield from them or try to KO, and I don't think this is going to be enough. It's going to be really close. Nope, definitely not enough right there, and they didn't shield, so that definitely sealed our fate. So we're going to have to try to farm down, hope we can survive a Dragon Claw, but Dragon Claw is a very strong move. It's going to do enough neutral damage to finish us off. So, good game to my opponent there in game 1. We made some mistakes, but that's okay. First battle. I took a 3-4 minute break, drank some more coffee, and now we're diving right back in. We also changed the move on Swampert to match what you guys see on the far side of the screen. So now we have Escavalier versus Cresselia. Bad matchup, but we can come straight into Swampert right here, which is pretty solid, and they are going to bring in a Cresselia. So, if you're ever in this matchup right here, we want to go for Earthquake first. It does a bit more damage here, and they are likely not going to shield, and after that we can go for Hydro Cannons while building up to Earthquake. On top of that, we're going to shield the first charge move because it's going to be a tell for what they have. We want to flip this matchup, right? We want to land Charizard versus Escavalier, and they show Moonblast, which tells me they don't have Grass Knot. Typically, with a Cresselia that comes in, if they go for Moonblast, that means they don't have Grass Knot. Otherwise, they go straight Grass Knot. Why wouldn't you? So we go for Hydro Cannons now, and things are going to be looking pretty solid. We don't need to shield right here. Again, it's going to be another Moonblast. Could be a future sight, but either way, fast moves wouldn't be able to finish us out in time. It's just going to be another Moonblast, which is fantastic. We're going to overload on energy right here, just in case they decide to let it go, right? We want to be able to hit that Escavalier when it comes back in, so we're going to go ahead and go for Hydro Cannon. We do get a shield. Fantastic. We're going to go for another Hydro Cannon. This is why Swampert's so deadly on Safe Swap if they don't have the best answer for it, and even if they did, maybe they had a Venusaur, you can still hit pretty hard for neutral and come in and farm. So, another charge move coming through. We're flipping this matchup, everyone. We're landing Charizard versus Escavalier. So we're going to go ahead and shield. We're going to load up on energy, and we're going to go straight for the Hydro Cannon right here. I'm not really going to build up to a second one. I don't want to risk it for the biscuit on that one, just in case they did have a bit of residual energy that wasn't keeping count of. And then the Escavalier is going to come back in. We're going to hope we can get to a Hydro Cannon. That'd be really nice if we can, but counter's a solid move, and they're going to be able to finish us off. So one fast move away right there. But that's okay. We did our job. We landed Escavalier, and now we're going to swap Cresselia into their swap on Lapras, which is beautiful because we have Grass Knot. This is why I love Grass Knot on Cresselia. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to run Grass Knot. Future Sight is definitely very viable, hits really hard, and it does well against those Charizard matchups as well, where otherwise I'm hitting for resisted damage because of that fire typing. So Grass Knot, though, does well against the Lapras here, so we're going to look to land another one. And things are looking good, right? We still have Charizard, but we're going to have to be careful with their timing because the switch clock is coming back up. So what I need to look to do is overload on energy just in case they decide to swap in. So we're going to go for the Grass Knot, and then now we notice the switch clock is coming back up, so I'm anticipating them swapping. And I do see them swap, so I try to swap in kind, but I didn't get it in time. So this is actually going to be a Mega Horn right here, which will be one-shotting us. But what's great is because Charizard, right, is going to be double super effective again, or double super effective damage against Escavalier because of the bug steel typing. We can farm down. Now Lapras does have a Surf, but Charizard has higher attack. So when you're in this situation, the Pokemon with the higher overall attack, base stats plus IVs, will win the CMP tie, which is the charge move priority. So we can land the Blast Burn right here and take out the Lapras. So a solid game right there, able to flip a bad lead, and yeah, good game right there. And we're going to go ahead and move into the next one. So, Cresselia on the lead versus Togekiss. Okay, not too bad. Togekiss, we have Charizard for as well, and Swampert doesn't do too bad against Togekiss either, but we're anticipating a swap, which they do, so we're actually going to stay into this. I don't have the best hard answer to a Cresselia, I should say. So we're just going to stay in. We're ahead on energy right here, but we are behind on health because of that charm damage. Now, in this matchup, like I said, it comes down to the luck of who can get an attack debuff. Otherwise, it's just going to be Moonblast after Moonblast against each other. The fact that it went from 30 to 10% definitely helps out this matchup not be so long-winded, because most of the time you guys won't be getting that debuff, which is pretty great. So we're going to stay in. Like I said, we still have Charizard, we still have Swampert, and even if I lose this matchup, which is looking like I'm going to, we can come in and farm a lot of energy on one of the Pokemon that we want. So we'll likely not get any shields or switch advantage right here, but we can get energy advantage with a solid core in the back of Charizard and Swampert. So they're going to be getting off another charge move. Now, Moonblast right here is not going to KO me. I'm going to risk it. We're not going to shield. We're barely going to be able to survive and get off another Moonblast, which is pretty good. This is going to be getting their Cresselia very low and allow us to come in and farm down. So hopefully we can finish off with fast moves. No, we're kind of delayed right there, but yeah, that's okay. I expected this. We're going to bring in the Charizard, go for one fast move. Things are looking good. I know they have Togekiss, but we don't know what they have in the back. It's going to be a Poliwrath. Okay, so definitely a hard matchup for us. Poliwrath does really well against both Charizard and Swampert. Dynamic Punch for Swampert, Ice Punch for Charizard, as both will be doing neutral damage respectively. And then we're going to be going for Dragon Claws right here. And what I want to try to do is catch... firstly, see if we get a shield, which we do. So now I'm going to try to see if I can catch the Ice Punch, but we don't. But they swap into Togekiss. And this is why I said Swampert isn't too bad against Togekiss, right? Charm damage does a lot, but Hydro Cannon in a shield advantage situation is going to be really nice for us. So we're going to go ahead and shield right here. Flamethrower comes through. It would be resisted, right? But Aerial Ace as well would do neutral damage to us. We didn't want to have any extra damage chip away, because what we want to do is load up on extra energy to get the second shield from the Poliwrath on the back end. So we're going to overload, go for a Hydro Cannon right here. If they don't shield, it takes them out, and we have plenty of health, which it does. Beautiful. So now I know the Poliwrath is coming back in. They are going for a charge move. So we're actually going to risk it and call that this is not a Dynamic Punch, and it was an Ice Punch. That is huge right now for us, because we're going to try to build up to the Earthquake, and I go for the Hydro Cannon just in case I didn't make it. I thought, oh man, I might actually go down to fast moves, and we get the shield, and now we're going to swap into the Charizard, which is beautiful. We're going to go for the Dragon Claw right here, do some nice neutral damage, but I do know that Blast Burn is actually going to do a bit more, but we have to do a Dragon Claw and a Blast Burn in order to take out this Poliwrath. So we're going to go ahead and shield right here. It's going to be the Dynamic Punch. So interesting play right there by my opponent. I think going for Ice Punches, they may have been able to pull out this battle if they went for it. Because this would have been an Ice Punch, but actually we're at Blast Burn already, which is basically going to be a good battle. So Dynamic Punch is going to come through, and we're going to go for the Blast Burn right here. Even though it's going to be resisted, Blast Burn is such a hard-hitting move that it will be able to finish off the Poliwrath basically right there, and that is going to be a good battle. Okay. So things are looking strong. We're rocking some awesome legacy shinies right here in Open Ultra League. A strong team from Season 2, and it's looking strong in Season 3. So we have Cresselia versus Articuno on the lead. Okay, so this is an interesting dance of when to swap out. So we can't stay in this matchup. Articuno will continuously lower our attack. Icy Wind is 100% chance. But Moonblast is going to do quite a bit of damage. And as you guys see, we get a shield, which is fantastic. Getting shield advantage this early is huge, especially for this team, because we don't need to shield, and our Pokemon do really well with shields, with shield advantage. So what we're going to do is we're going to overload on energy. As you guys can see, our attack fell. We're going to overload and let the Articuno throw again. This means that the Articuno, it basically doesn't have any energy left, so now we're going to swap into Swampert. We clear the negative debuffs there on our Cresselia, and Swampert now with Hydro Cannon can do a lot of neutral damage to Articuno, especially if it doesn't shield right here, which is great. So we take it down to 50% HP. They swap out into Cresselia. Okay, so same situation from before, everyone, where we know if they go for a charge move this quick, this has got to be Grass Knot, so we're going to go ahead and shield right here. It is a Grass Knot, so things aren't looking too good, but we're going to go straight for the Earthquake first. Does a bit more damage, and if we can land it, it definitely puts us ahead here, which is going to be nice. So now we can go for Hydro Cannons, but notice how my switch clock is coming back up. Because my opponent decided to wait and they fired off an Icy Wind basically on our Swampert, that means that we can actually switch back into Cresselia, which is going to be really nice. So we're going to go for Hydro Cannon right here. It's going to do some nice chip damage, and then we are going to now swap into our own Cresselia. We saved energy on Swampert. That's going to come huge for us at endgame right there. We have a Hydro Cannon basically ready to go, and now they're going to swap back into Articuno, which is beautiful. What this is going to allow us to do is be able to come in on Charizard and farm down the Articuno, which is going to be really nice. Now, they still have a shield, but we can definitely get that back with our Charizard. So we're going to go ahead and go for a Moonblast right here. It's going to do neutral, but because our attack is lowered, it's not going to be enough to KO the Articuno there. But we can force them to throw their energy if we don't get to a Grass Knot. No. We don't get to a Grass Knot, which is bad, but I'm guessing they're just going to be spamming Icy Wind. So I'm going to bring in the Charizard right here, which they are spamming Icy Wind, which means it's going to be neutral. And we can farm down with Fire Spin, and we still have loaded energy, and we can clear the debuff here on Charizard. So we'll have to see what they decide to bring in. They do have shield advantage, which is scary here endgame, but we do have energy advantage, and it's going to be an Obstagoon. Okay, so this is definitely going to be tough. Night Slashes will do neutral damage. Counter is going to do a lot of damage to Swampert, not as much to Charizard, but what we're going to do now is come into Swampert right here, and energy is the name of the game, everyone. You always, in this situation, we need 2 Hydro Cannons almost at all times because their switch clock is basically back up, which means they could pop in the Cresselia and try to use their charge move. Maybe it's a Grass Knot right away, so we need to have that extra energy. Now they're looking to stay in with Obstagoon, so we're going to go ahead and throw another one. This is going to definitely be getting the shield, otherwise it's going to KO, which is going to be great. And I'm anticipating a swap, but they're not, so we're just going to throw again. This is why Swampert can be so deadly, because Mudshot is such a great energy gaining move that we can actually take out the Obstagoon right there, which is fantastic. Cresselia is now going to come back in. They have to throw their energy, and if you guys saw there at the top, the game timer is basically gone right now, so Grass Knot will take us out. I'm spamming a charge move, but the game is over, and we had a bit more health right there, so we're able to win that battle. So really, really good battles right there. And I believe we're going to move into the final one here. So we are going to be, let's see how this one goes. So we have Cresselia on the lead versus Giratina Altered. So another situation where we need to land Moonblast and anticipate that they will be swapping out potentially. So we're going to overload, but I decided to pull the trigger because they didn't look like they were swapping. So this Moonblast will do a lot of damage right here, which is really nice. So getting Giratina already to 50% health is fantastic for our set right here. So now they're going to be throwing charge moves. They loaded on a lot of energy. These are just going to be straight Shadow Sneaks, but we're not going to give up a shield yet. I want to try to come out of here with shield advantage. Another Shadow Sneak is going to be coming through, which is perfectly fine. And again, anticipating that they could swap on the charge move to catch something. And there it is, and they caught it on the Cresselia, which is fine. So we're going to go ahead and go for Moonblast, and then we are going to swap now into our Charizard right here. So we also got the attack debuff on my opponent, which is fantastic. Now, reason why I went into Charizard, I didn't want to have to give up a shield in case they had Grass Knot, but they have Future Sight right there. As you guys can see, it does a lot of damage, but Blast Burn here is going to do so much damage, and we can actually commit to the farm down after we land it. So the Blast Burn is going to land, and then Fire Spin does quite a bit of neutral damage against Cresselia, as you guys can see, so we can completely farm down. We're going to go ahead and shield. We got to respect that it could be another Future Sight or even Moonblast would do a lot of chip damage right there, and we're just going to commit to the farm down because we can get a shield on the back end right here. So we are going to see Giratina Altered come back in. This is where Dragon Claw is really nice on a Charizard after farming down. It also tells me that whatever's in the back is weak to Charizard, which is great, so we may look to swap out right here. So we're going to go ahead and go for another Dragon Claw, and then we're going to go ahead and swap out into the Cresselia again. Like I said, they brought in Giratina Altered, which tells me whatever's in the back is weak to my Charizard. Alright, charge move now coming through. We're going to go ahead and let it go through. We're going to save our shield for the Charizard. We're going to look to load up on energy. Fire Spin is going to do a bit more damage than Mudshot, I think, right here. And we're just going to load up as much energy as we can, and we're going to go ahead and shield right here. I'm hard reading that whatever's in the back is weak, so we are just going to load up, and sure enough, it is a Escavalier, so we're going to go ahead and go straight for Blast Burn right here. This is going to one-shot it if they don't shield, which will be great. They do shield, which is perfectly fine. We still have Swampert. Sadly, we weren't able to get another Fire Spin in right there, but Swampert right here is going to do really well. We can just go straight for the Earthquake. It's going to be doing neutral damage and a lot harder hitting than that Hydro Cannon would. So the Mega Horn is going to be coming through, and then we're going to be able to get to the Earthquake in time, and this is going to be taking out Escavalier. So this is going to be a good battle. Now, there's still Giratina Altered in the back, but Giratina Altered has, like, I think 3 or 4 HP, so maybe 1 or 2 mud shots, and we're going to be able to finish off right there. Still a super close battle, but very well played to my opponent, and that was definitely a fun set. This team was very, very strong in Season 2, and it's looking strong in Season 3, so I enjoyed trying this team out again. Super strong. Went 4-1 in this set. And then we got a Trico, and then climbed back up to 2430s. So really awesome battles there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think about the team. Open Ultra League is still a lot of fun, and if you guys invested in those Giratina Altereds and Cresselias and Registeals and whatnot, they're still strong. They're just not as over-dominant, I think. I definitely noticed that Cresselia was a lot stronger, right? When you had a 30% chance to lower your opponent's attack, that was huge. But it still hits hard, still does well, still super tanky, and you can provide great coverage there in the back, because the two, I think, biggest things we have to look out for is going to be Registeel and Escavalier, which Charizard, that's why we we have it on the team is a super hard cover to them, and Swampert is nice on the safe swap. So let me know what you guys think about the team. How are your guys' battles going? And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. So like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.